Have you ever tried to draw a Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel? As you can see in the Excel charts, there is no such a list diagram for Gantt chart. So how can you draw a Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel? Is that possible? Yes, there are some tricks that you can draw Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel that we are going to talk about in this video. So join me throughout this video to learn draw your Gantt chart as quickly as possible. Welcome to another episode of Microsoft Excel. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about how to draw Gantt charts in Microsoft Excel. As you know, sometimes you have some data about different tasks in your project and you want to draw a Gantt chart as quickly as possible in tools such as Microsoft Excel. But there is no such a this diagram in these tools and you have to make it by your own. There are some tricks that we're going to talk about in this tutorial in order to draw a Gantt chart as quickly as possible. To start, you should know what kinds of data you need to draw a Gantt chart. As you know, you should know what tasks that you are going to talk about them. For example, having their name. As you can see here, for example, we have some tasks which start from A1 to D1. You can have your own name for your tasks in each activities that you are going to draw a Gantt chart for them. The two other important inputs that you need for Gantt chart are the data about the starting point of each task, and the other one is the duration of task actually. For example, the task A1 starts at the point 1 and the duration of that is 3. With these two inputs, you can draw the Gantt chart. How? Let's talk about that. To do that, as you know, the all diagrams that you have in Microsoft Excel is in the Insert tab, and here the chart. As you can see, all the charts that you have in Microsoft Excel. First of all, we will select our data that we are going to draw a diagram for them, which is here exactly this range. Then we come here in this tab, insert a column or bar chart, here exactly, and here we choose the stacked bar from 2D bar. We click on that, and here it is the things that we have. A stacked bar chart that we are going to change some option of that in order to make the Gantt chart. There are some problems with this diagram, as you can see. Let's first fix them and then make it similar to the real Gantt chart by changing some features of that. The first one is that, as you can see, these axes start from 0 to 35. If you look at the data, you can see that our start is from 1, and the last time that we have would be 32, because when we plus 5 as a duration to the start point of 27, we would have the 32. So we should change the axis. In order to do that, we click on the axis, and as you can see, the format axis window is opened for you. Here we should change the minimum from 0 to 1 and the maximum to 32. In order to see the actually detail of duration, we would click the major to 1 in order to have the old data and click on. Okay, and here again 1, and that's it. Here is the things that we have actually about our diagram. Then in next step, for example, we can omit the grid line. It's exactly now the diagram that we have. As you can see in this diagram, the task starts from D1 to A1. However, we want to start our task from A1 to D1. In order to inverse this axis, we click on this axis, and in the format axis window here we click on categories in reverse order. As we click on these, our diagram changed like this. Now you can see the first task is A1 and the last task actually is D1. Here we don't want to have these blue data which are talking about the start. As you know, in the Gantt chart, the most important thing is the duration of our task. So in order to omit this, do not do this mistake that you delete the blue part. You have to click on the start point and then right click on that and put the fill, no fill, and then the outline, actually no outline, and then this is the diagram that you have. In the next step, actually we don't need this data, so we omit that. There is something missing in this diagram. Let's first change the title to Gantt chart and then talk about the things that is missing in this diagram. If you look at this diagram, there is something missing, and that is the name of task. We want to have the name of each task near the stacked bar chart. To do that, we click on the blank part that we make them invisible, then we right click on them, add data label. As you can see here, you have add data labels option. You click on that, and after that the start data of each task is visible. But we don't want to have the start point, we want to have the name of each task. To change that, we click on them and then we click on category name and unclick on value. As you can see, now we have the name of each task near the duration. Then we can change their position, as you can see here. Now we have the name of each task exactly near their duration. We don't need this axis anymore, so we click on that and then delete. And now we have our Gantt chart. If you want, you can change the appearance of them. For example, change the color of this stack bar, or if you want, you can have actually you can change the outline of them and other appearance setting. So this is exactly what we wanted about the Gantt chart. Although the Excel doesn't support a special chart for Gantt, you can have this Gantt chart by these tricks that I taught you. And I hope that would be useful for you and you can apply it on your data in order to draw a Gantt chart as quickly as possible in Microsoft Excel.